Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, 1917. So it's a movie about two British soldiers who must, they have, in the First World War, they have to deliver a message in the enemy territory that'll stop 1,600 soldiers from walking into a trap. One of those soldiers happens to be one of the two guys' brothers. So, why is this interesting? 8.6 on IMDb. Over 73,000 people have rated it. So it's got to be good, right? Wow, can't wait to see it. As far as people, Dean Charles Chapman, George MacKay, Colin Firth are some of the names I recognize. But let me get into it a little bit. It's an hour and 58 minutes long. Almost an hour and 59 minutes. See what it's about, give you a better idea, and then ultimately tell you what I think. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits in 1917. No check-ins tonight. I apologize. Wasn't really needed. I usually do that to help explain the plot of the movie or the synopsis. And to be honest, it is what it said it was. Two British soldiers trying to get word to a certain battalion to stop their attack because they're walking into a trap. To save 1,600 soldiers' lives, one of them being one of the two guys' brother. And so it's about their, I want to say, adventure, about their trek to get there. So they have to cross the enemy lines and, find a way to get there by a certain time, too. So it's very time dependent. It's not like they can sit back and wait and things like that. They got to keep going. So it's all the trials and tribulations of that going on. And even the one part where they're starting to move forward and ready to cross, and they meet another platoon or whatever, and the guy's like, it's crazy in a sense, like the way he puts it, it's like a suicide trip. Like, I'll give you this, it won't be a spoiler alert, he gives him a flare and he says, if you make it over there, shoot the flare back, but we're kind of running low on them, so when they start shooting at you, can you just throw it over your shoulder back to us? So that's how much he believes they're not gonna make it. So it is, very edge of your seat kind of action, and actors that I didn't know. Colin Firth was in it in a little bit. Benedict Cumberbatch was in it a little bit too. But other than that, I didn't recognize our two main characters, the ones who were trying to do this. I also found that this is very, very loosely based on a true story. So the grandfather of the director of this movie, I believe, was in the war. He told a lot of these stories, and therefore his grandson has adapted this movie. So the war is real, and I'm sure some of the things that happened in it, and I don't know all the facts, were real, but a lot of it was fictionized or dramatized for our enjoyment. And it is. It's action-packed. I think the best way for me to describe it would be Saving Private Ryan meets The Reverend meets Behind Enemy Lines with Owen Wilson. I don't know if that's a stretch on that one. But you put those together here and you make them, in World War I and from the British side, that's kind of what you're going to get. That's what I felt like when I watched it. I don't know. If you've seen all three of those movies and you liked all three of them, you'll definitely want to check this out. I think it was really good. Some surprises early on, I think, and not early on, but sooner than I expected. But all in all, it keeps you entertained the whole time. I mean, there's no time, it's all, like I said, edge of your seat as they're trying to do this. As you can imagine, everything could go wrong or get in their way, and they've got to overcome it to keep moving forward. And do they make it or do they not make it, is the big question, and I'm not going to tell you the answer. There are some weird things, and I this won't spoil it, so don't worry, but there's a part, as you can imagine, there's going to be people shooting at them. There's one part where the guy's standing with a gun, the other guy starts walking towards him, like you could see it plain as day, and he just stands there. It's like, why wouldn't you shoot him or run and hide real quick? But the guy keeps walking, and then he turns his gun on him, kind of stuff. So when you see that part, I was like, that was odd that they did that. And then you know, another piece of it, you know, like there's they meet up with I don't want to share that one. I changed my mind, but you'll see what I mean. Like, just keep an eye out on for those types of things. But there was only two that stuck out to me that I thought, why did they do it that way? They could have just fixed that little piece and make it a little bit more, I don't know, more believable, I guess. I don't know, but that's it. That's all I got for you. You know, oh, I'm sorry. One other thing too I'd mentioned too that I thought about was there's not a lot of character development in this. They do a little bit of it and a little bit more as it gets towards the end, but there's really not that much, but that works. You know, and not every movie doesn't have to be character heavy or character driven, and it's more about as Miley Cyrus would say, it's about the climb, you know, and the things that they go through, you know, and how they handle themselves in certain situations. You don't need their entire backstory and who they are and stuff like that. So I thought that was interesting. I like to see a lot of development, especially in the character sense, and in this movie there wasn't, but it worked. It still held my interest. You're still pulling for these guys, you know, and you want them to be successful, and you don't know that much about them. So that works. So I thought that's pretty good. That's an interesting piece of this, that directors, producers, writers, whoever has, it's all of them, but can grab you like that, and even though you don't really know this character, you're still emotionally attached. So I got that out of it. So look at me, woohoo! Anyway, if you check it out, let me know what you think. What did you think about the movie? Other pieces that you might have liked. I also liked the realism. You know, I mean the movie also felt gritty, like World War I think would. Of course, I wasn't there, but it had that feel to it, you know, and so I thought that was interesting as well. So, you know, the cinematography, all that jazz. So there's a lot to like about it, absolutely. 7 for me, probably not an 8 so much. I don't know why, you know. I won't tell you. I can't go any further. I don't want to give anything away because I think you should check it out, especially if you like military, war, action, adventure type movies. You're probably already dedicated to watching this and you're just listening to me now babble on. But go ahead and check it out. Like I said, drop me a line. Were there other things that you liked, anything that you didn't like? And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, tell your friends, all that stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.